Hey everyone. In this video, I'm going to take you through how to set up HubSpot templates and how to use ChatGPT to generate some great ideas for sales templates and a better understanding of how we use email templates in our business. So for example, we can start like this. Once we've got this set up, all you need to do is you have your email open, you have an email address, you put in the draft, and then you just simply click on templates and insert the template you want to use. And you can see that it automatically adds the subject line, adds in the person who it's going to be sent to, and all the details, including your from details. So let's learn how we do it. Here's what we're going to go through in today's video. Ask ChatGPT to brainstorm 10 top uses for email templates in a business. Ask what are 10 uses of email templates for a sales team to save time and get more clients. Ask it to create a series of 3 sales follow-up emails to contacts who recently submitted an inquiry form. And we're going to use this space travel agency as the example company, targeting bankers in London. And finally, add emails as these new templates, the email templates in HubSpot, and then test it out in Gmail. So let's get started. So first we're going to brainstorm the top 10 uses for email templates in a business. I'm just going to copy that and then drop it into ChatGPT. Now I'm using ChatGPT 4 because I really try and get a lot out of ChatGPT, and I think I like to have the latest version. It's about $20 a month, but you can probably still use ChatGPT 3.5 if you want to just keep your spending low or to zero for ChatGPT. However, I really get a lot out of ChatGPT 4. So for me, it's definitely worth it, but totally up to you. So we start by adding this in, and then we wait for ChatGPT's response. Now, in case you're wondering, I've sped up ChatGPT in the video. So normally it's loading a little bit slower than that, but that's just to save a bit of time. Let's have a look. So we're aiming to get sort of what we want to break down. What are the uses of email templates in a business? What are the different ways that you can use templates in your business? And you can use HubSpot template feature, or you could perhaps use other template products to do this, but just a very high level view. So for starters, we can use them for customer support responses, common inquiries from customers, common questions or issues they might have. We can look at sales outreach and templates for initial contact, follow-ups, closing deals. This is very, very common use or initial thought of how to use templates. There's marketing campaigns, so email templates for sending newsletters, product announcements, etc. Normally you would send these out through an email marketing campaign, a dedicated campaign, but you could also have these in an email template that you're sending out through sort of one-to-one emails that you might be sending. We've got internal communications, so it could be used for internal messaging, which you're sending, say, a regular sort of weekly update that follows a similar sort of pattern. So you can start with that template and then you can just delete and add in new elements to that. Onboarding new employees, so new hires, these sorts of things are happening over and over again. And it's easy to miss steps, if you don't have sort of a template or something mapped out. Billing and invoicing process, reminders, etc. Event invitations and follow-ups for external events, maybe internal events, standard templates. Feedback and surveys, sending feedback participation surveys. Again, a lot of these can be used also in email marketing campaigns. So you can consider how you're sending an email. It can be either a one-to-many email, like what would be called an email marketing campaign or marketing email, let's say, where you've written an email and then you send it out to 800 people in one go, or they could be one-to-one emails. So I would say the sales outreach, customer support responses are more like one-to-one emails that you're writing and then aiming to send it just to one person. And so you want to have a template which you can set up and send, or start with that point and then edit it and make it as you need to make it for that particular contact or person that you're emailing. There are ways in HubSpot to also automate that a bit more as well, but at least the very least is you start with that text template and then you can just edit and delete and add to it as needed. Feedback and surveys, we've got project updates and reports, regular project updates, legal and compliance, communications like GDPR, etc. So again, this is a mixed list of templates based on the kinds of standard emails you might send through one-to-many, and also some emails you might send one-to-one sales style or customer service style emails. So that's our introduction. Now you understand some examples of email templates. Now let's go to step 2. So what are 10 uses of email templates for a sales team to save time and get more clients? Let's drop that into ChatGPT. Okay, so let's have a look at these email templates. So some examples is we're asking specifically about sales teams and the kinds of email templates that they could be using. So if you're talking about a sales team, we can look at prospecting emails that are sent out as initial outreach, maybe cold leads or potential leads. That's starting sort of from scratch, and maybe someone's never heard of that company before. You've got follow-up emails, ready to use follow-up email templates that sort of after the contact is sent, maybe they filled in a form on your website, maybe they've called your number or done something to initiate contact, then you want to follow up with them, and take it to the next step. So that this is more common for, say, an inbound marketing strategy where you're sending out or doing a lot of different kinds of marketing campaigns, and then you're waiting for people to express interest in some part of that campaign. You've got product and service information. So this might focus on some of the benefits of products, etc. This might also tie into some of those other sorts of emails. We've got emails that focus on case studies and testimonials, pricing and quote emails. So when these are sent, obviously you want to just keep consistent with the pricing and how you're preparing quotes. Appointment and meeting requests. These are usually done over and over again. This can be a very good opportunity for a template to be set up. We've got FAQs and resource sharing. So common questions a salesperson might get in the process of trying to close a deal about the product and how it will perform, or what are the refund policies or cancellation policies, etc. Anything around those areas. Special offers and promotions. Maybe there are standard yearly, annually, monthly sort of promotions you might have with templates set up that you can use each time. Re-engagement emails. So for the cold leads or past clients, maybe they've dropped off and you're looking back at your, who you were in touch with a year ago or 3 months ago or something, following up with those people. And then we've got referral requests. Once a deal's closed, asking for some kind of referral so they can share it with their contacts or with their other people in their business, or their clients perhaps, or anyone else in their industry as well. So now we've got some idea of these templates. We're going to go to the next step. We're going to ask ChatGPT to create a series of 3 sales follow-up emails to contacts who recently submitted an inquiry form based on our example. So I'm just going to save time and copy paste this. Okay, so we've got our templates that ChatGPT has kindly helped us with for the sales process. And so these 3 sales follow-up email templates, let's have a quick look. So we've got email 1, initial follow-up and introduction. So keeping in mind that the client or the prospect has already sent some kind of indication that they're interested. They filled in a form, maybe downloaded a PDF, maybe done something where they shared their contact details. And so we are reaching out to them with a little bit of a warm, there's a bit of a warm relationship, at least it's not completely cold. So they should be somewhat familiar with this email. So we've got, dear name, thank you for reaching out to us with your interest in space travel. At Space Travel Agency, we're thrilled to offer unparalleled journeys beyond Earth's atmosphere tailored for adventures like you. As a banker in London, you're accustomed to navigating vast networks and making decisions that reach far into the future. Similarly, our space voyages offer a unique opportunity to explore the final frontier and experience the boundless possibilities of the cosmos. Whether you're looking to experience zero gravity, witness Earth from a perspective few have seen, or simply to fulfill a lifelong dream of space travel, we're here to make that a reality. Our missions are designed with safety and comfort in mind, ensuring an unforgettable journey. Would you be available for a brief call or meeting to discuss how we can tailor this extraordinary experience to your aspirations? Please let us know about your availability, blah, blah. Okay, I'm not sure I should have read the whole thing, but that gives you an idea of the kind of message. It's a bit of a marketing message, a bit of a sales message. It's the power of ChatGPT. And of course, the beauty, I would say my big tip for ChatGPT is to not settle for the first version, but to share some feedback. Pretend you're working with like a less experienced colleague or an employee who needs a bit more guidance, and get to where you want to get to in terms of what you're looking for, the kind of voice you want the message to kind of sound like in terms of being more professional, more fun. Share the feedback with ChatGPT. Also say you could make it half the length, make it a bit spicier. We have 3 emails here. And so, for example, I could say, please do it again, but make the emails more funny and half the length. Also, the company, I'll say our company is called Leaving Earth tomorrow agency. Great. So you can see this populating now. Just landed in your inbox. Okay, this is email 1. Subject, your next investment, Martian real estate. Dear name, thanks for beaming up your interest to Leaving Earth Tomorrow agency. As a top-notch banker from London, you've likely seen it all. But have you seen the entire Earth from a window seat at 100 kilometers up? We're not selling dreams, we're offering tickets. Let's chat about swapping those London buses for a spaceship, shall we? When's good for you? Excellent. Okay, that's a bit more fun. So we have these 3 emails now. We're going to put them, the next step, if we go back to our little agenda, is to add the emails as new templates in HubSpot and then test it out in Gmail. Cool. So as you can see, we have this plugin already installed. You can check out my other video about doing this. This is the sales extension, the HubSpot sales extension. And therefore we have these little extra features that are added into Gmail. And in addition to that, we've also got this little orange button down here. It tells you that HubSpot's turned on, working. If we make this a bit smaller here, we'll minimize it here. We can also see it up here with the green circle, and we have the little button here as well. So let's open a new email, and I'll just use a shortcut, a C shortcut in Gmail to open and compose a new email. And so normally we could just click and add the template like this, but we don't really have any templates at the moment, at least not the ones we want to do. So we can click here to create a new template, which will appear like this, or which can be quite fast, or you can go straight into HubSpot and we can see the template section under conversations here. And we can go to templates and we can click create new template from scratch. You can also explore the template library, which has some great content here from HubSpot. So I'll leave that for you to check that out, but we can do it from scratch. Now it's important to note at this point that HubSpot have different levels of pricing for the Sales Hub, for the functionality around sales. And it's all outlined here. And then we scroll down here to the templates, which is what we're talking about today. And we can see here, email templates. So this is the free tier. You get 5 templates, 5, but important to note that you're able to view those 5 and you're only able to use the first 5 templates that you created. So this gives you a chance to try it out with these 5 templates, but it's not really going to last very long for you if you start using this more actively. So realistically, if you're going to start using the templates, you really need the starter tier to start with, let's say, where you have plenty of templates, you don't have to even worry about it. You don't get anything extra for Pro or Enterprise in terms of templates, but there's a lot of other functionality around that. So I would say that you can give templates a go for free and then have this in mind, this starter package in mind, roughly $20 a month. And it's pretty good to kick things off. Obviously, if you jump up to professional, it's quite a big jump, but I think the starter is really good for most cases. Okay, so jumping back into our templates, let's add these templates in from scratch. Let's just copy everything that we got from ChatGPT so we don't overthink things too much right now. So let's get this email 1. I'm going to put that as the title. I'm going to say the subject, your next investment, like this. I'm going to grab the content as it is, like so. Okay, I'm going to Command or Control Shift V to paste it without any formatting. And then we can replace this little box here with the name. And we're going to replace this with the personalization token. So we go down here, personalize. We make sure the type is contact and we find our first name property. So that'll automatically populate that like a mail merge tag. Then we've got our text like this. And then we have our name and our information and our agency name. So we can make this personal like this. But we can also replace this with a personalization token as well. So for the person working in your company, sending the email out to the salesperson, we can select here the sender, and we can then say first name. And then we can do the same for last name if we wanted to. If you want to keep it looking professional. Oops. Got to select sender, last name, like that. So you can see it's green instead of orange. That's nice to make it clear so we don't make a mistake. Green, orange, green, green. And then this will automatically update for the different senders in your company. So first name, last name. You don't have to keep changing that each time. So that's if you wanted to share that amongst everyone in your business to use, all the different salespeople or other people that are following up. So we've got email 1. We save this template, and then I'll just quickly fast forward setting up the other emails. Okay, so I've set up the second email in fast motion. But the even faster way to do this is with the clone option. And then so we click clone. I grab the details for the third email like this. Paste that. Open up that one. And then I can just take the text that's changing like this. And I don't have to bother changing the personalization tokens like so. And I need to remember to update the subject. There we are. And we update that. And we've got our 3 templates. So now we jump back into our email, and I'm going to refresh the page just to be safe. And we can create our email. So if we go over to the HubSpot, and let's say I want to send my first contact here, Abu, an email, I can just click his email here. Pops in here like this, and then we go template, view all, and we can select email 1 like this. Dear Abu, thanks for beaming up your interest to Leaving Earth Agency. We're not selling dreams, we're offering tickets. Blast off, regards, Tristan, travel agent, etc. And we have our details. So let me know what you think, if this makes sense. There's other features to talk about as well for another video, such as I've already talked about meetings. You can check that out. But there's also tasks. We also have things like sequences, snippets, documents, payments even now. So let me know if any of this is interesting for you, and if you'd like me to go into any detail around any of those areas as well. I think this is really useful and very, very powerful in terms of saving you time and making sure you're spending time on the things that really matter in your work. So I hope this has been helpful. And please feel free to follow and subscribe if you want to see more content like this about HubSpot and Zapier and other kind of digital marketing platforms and sales platforms, sales advice and software and everything. Like the video if this has been useful as well, so I can get some feedback on that. And also feel free to add any comments or questions or any areas you want to learn more about. And I'd love to follow that up and cover some of those different areas. Thanks again, and look forward to seeing you in the next video. Cheers.